The proud twin stared at the colorful card, her fingers trembling with arrogance rather than love. "It's just another birthday card," she scoffed, tossing it into the trash without a second thought. Across the room, her kind-hearted twin watched in horror, her eyes full of silent warning. Unbeknownst to the proud twin, this was no ordinary card. Inside were her grandma's last words, a message of love, wisdom, and a plea to cherish family above all pride. Time moved on, laughter faded, but that discarded card remained, a symbol of what was lost forever. Days later, guilt gnawed at her heart. She remembered the warmth in her grandma's eyes, the love poured into that card. Pride had clouded her judgment, leaving her with an ache that no apology could erase. Sometimes, the smallest act of care can hold the greatest meaning. Sometimes, ignoring love costs more than words can express. Pride can blind us, making us dismiss the most precious treasures. Family's love is irreplaceable, often hidden in gestures we take for granted. This story reminds us that every word, every act of love matters, and once gone, it cannot be retrieved. Value kindness over arrogance, empathy over pride, because life is too short to lose what truly matters. The morning sun streamed to the wide living room windows, casting a soft golden glow that danced across the hardwood floors. It was the kind of morning that whispered promises of new beginnings. Yet in the hearts of the twins' home, an invisible tension lingered like a shadow refusing to leave. The black-faced twin, gentle and soft-hearted, sat by the window, carefully arranging little trinkets and notes that carried whispers of their grandmother's love. Every item had a story, a memory, a fragment of warmth that tied them to her presence even though she was gone. She hummed softly, her fingers brushing over a faded photograph, a tiny hand-carved figurine, and a small birthday card that had been placed on the corner of the table the day before. The white-faced twin, in stark contrast, lounged carelessly on the sofa, her pride and arrogance as visible as the sunlight bouncing off her tousled hair. Her gaze fell upon the birthday card. It was bright, cheerful, and seemingly insignificant. To anyone else, it might have seemed like a simple gesture, a piece of paper with a few words written in familiar, loving handwriting. But the card was much more than that. It was her grandmother's last message, a final piece of guidance, a treasure of love sealed with a heart that beat for both of them. "Why do we even keep this stuff?" the proud twin scoffed, tossing the card aside as if it were garbage. "It's just paper. It doesn't mean anything." Her voice was sharp, her dismissal casual but heavy with arrogance. The black-faced twin's heart tightened. She had seen this pride before, how it masked fear and insecurity, how it pushed away what was most valuable. She reached out instinctively, fingers stretching for the discarded card. But her sister had already stepped away, smug and unaware, lost in her world of self-importance. Days turned into nights, and life continued as if nothing had changed. The proud twin went about her routines, laughing loudly, socializing, and performing with a charm and confidence that often masked the emptiness of neglect. But beneath her exterior, subtle tremors of guilt began to stir. Small memories, once comforting, now felt like needles in her mind. The smell of her grandmother's home-baked cookies, the sound of her soft voice reading stories, the warmth of her hands holding theirs. Each memory pricked at the edges of conscience, a quiet reminder of something lost, something irreplaceable. Meanwhile, the black-faced twin carried the weight differently. She didn't scold, she didn't lecture, but she felt the ache of knowing what was gone. Every day, she revisited the memory of their grandmother's love, replaying it like a gentle melody in her mind, reminding herself to cherish every gesture, every word, every small token of affection. She understood that love, when ignored or dismissed, can slip through one's fingers faster than water. Weeks passed, and unexpected silence filled the proud twin's life. Her friends' voices became hollow, her laughter forced, and she began to feel an ache deep in her chest that she could not name. It was in the quiet moments, the still morning hours, the rustle of leaves outside the window, the gentle cooing of birds, that the realization hit her. The birthday card, the message inside, the last words of her grandmother, were gone. She had thrown them away in a moment of pride, blind to the love they carried. Panic set in. She searched frantically, sifting through drawers, bins, and every corner of the house. But the card was gone. Gone forever. And in that absence, she felt the sharp sting of regret, a heavy weight pressing down on her chest. It was not just a card. It was a connection to the past, a reminder of roots, of love, of the values that shaped her. Now, the emptiness seemed vast, unfillable, stretching endlessly before her. Her twin watched silently, eyes reflecting sorrow and understanding. She knew that pride had a way of building walls around the heart, isolating people for what they truly needed. Connection, empathy, and humility. She wanted to comfort, to console, but also understood that some lessons had to be learned through experience, through loss. The proud twins' journey of realization began slowly but relentlessly. She remembered how their grandmother's words always carried layers of meaning, wisdom woven into simplicity, love embedded into guidance. The tiny act of discarding that card now felt monumental, a symbol of neglect, ignorance, and arrogance. She felt an ache in her chest that was not physical but spiritual, a reminder that pride, once acted upon, leaves scars that cannot easily heal. She began to notice the small things she had ignored before, the kindness in her twin's smile, the warmth in a hug, the value of listening. She realized that life is built not on grand gestures, but on simple acts of care, on words spoken from the heart, on moments that seem ordinary but carry infinite weight. Each day without acknowledgement of that love felt like an echoing void, a lesson whispered by the universe to awaken her to the importance of humility. Time moved on. The proud twin's heart softened. She began to take small steps, offering genuine apologies, listening without judgment, valuing acts of kindness. She started seeing the beauty in the mundane, the magic in small gestures, and the irreplaceable value of human connection. Her twin, ever kind and understanding, became a guiding light, demonstrating that love is not diminished by mistakes, but strengthened when humility and empathy prevail. The lost birthday card remained a silent witness to this transformation, a ghost of the past that could not return but could inspire change. It taught a lesson that no words, no lectures, no punishments could convey as powerfully. Love must be treasured, pride must be checked, and life is too fleeting to waste on arrogance or carelessness. In the end, the proud twin learned that regret is heavy, but growth is possible. She embraced the lessons of the heart now attuned to value, care, and the delicate treasures hidden in daily life. And though the card could never be restored, its message lived on, in her changed heart, in the warmth of her twin's gentle presence, and in the enduring memory of their grandmother's love. Life is a collection of fleeting moments, small gestures, and subtle acts of love that often go unnoticed until they are gone. In the story of the lost birthday card, we are reminded of a truth that the human mind sometimes refuses to acknowledge. The smallest things can carry the heaviest meaning. The proud twins' decision to throw away a simple card, seemingly insignificant, reflects a common human tendency, the dismissal of what we do not immediately understand or value. Pride blinds us. Arrogance shields us from recognizing the worth embedded in everyday moments. And yet, it is precisely in these tiny acts, in these subtle expressions, that life's most profound lessons are hidden. The card carried more than paper and ink. It carried love, wisdom, and the final words of a grandmother who knew the value of human connection. It was a bridge between the past and the present, a tangible reminder that love is not eternal unless it is recognized, cherished, and preserved. The proud twins' inability to see its importance mirrors a psychological pattern familiar to us all, the tendency to prioritize pride over love, self-image over meaningful connections, and convenience over mindfulness. This is not a flaw unique to her. It is a challenge inherent in human nature. When we act with pride, we risk discarding what is irreplaceable. A word, a gesture, or a message, however small, may contain wisdom that shapes lives, nurtures growth, or offers guidance in moments of uncertainty. Ignoring these messages does not just erase them. It erases opportunities for understanding, empathy, and connection. The loss of the birthday card symbolizes a universal truth. Neglecting what is valuable in the present creates a vacuum that no amount of effort can fill later. Guilt and regret emerge as consequences, often too late to reclaim what has been discarded. Yet the moral of this story is not solely about regret. It is about transformation. True understanding comes when we recognize the consequences of our actions and allow them to guide us toward better choices. The proud twin's journey from arrogance to awareness illustrates the power of reflection, the human capacity to learn, and the enduring strength of empathy. She learns that pride is temporary, but the bonds of love and care are permanent, though fragile and requiring conscious attention. The black-faced twin represents what many of us aspire to embody: kindness, empathy, and patience. Her silent observation, her capacity to hold space for love even when it is unappreciated, demonstrates that compassion is not conditional on acknowledgement. This dynamic teaches us that value is not diminished when unrecognized, and that the seeds of love, once planted, continue to grow if nurtured. Human relationships thrive not on perfection, but on consistent, intentional care. Furthermore, the story highlights the psychological impact of loss on personal growth. When we ignore or dismiss meaningful gestures, our mind and heart experience subtle repercussions. Feelings of emptiness, guilt, and regret emerge, not as punishment, but as signals urging us to reevaluate our priorities. These feelings, though uncomfortable, are catalysts for transformation. They invite introspection, encourage humility, and promote emotional intelligence. In essence, regret is a teacher, and mistakes are lessons in disguise. Life is inherently unpredictable. We cannot know which moments will become precious memories, which words will carry enduring wisdom, or which gestures will hold the key to someone's heart. The grandmother's card was a reminder that love, expressed with sincerity, has power beyond the present. It shapes identity, fosters resilience, and cultivates empathy. Ignoring such expressions does not erase their significance. It merely postpones comprehension until circumstances force recognition. This is why mindfulness and gratitude are essential practices in daily life. To live fully is to notice, to value, and to act with intention in the present moment. Another profound aspect of this moral is the interplay between pride and humility. Pride, when untempered, isolates us from reality, disconnects us from relationships, and blinds us to the richness of life around us. Humility, conversely, allows us to receive love openly, appreciate subtle gestures, and learn from those who care for us. By observing the proud twin's transformation, we are reminded that humility is not weakness, it is strength. It enables connection, nurtures empathy, and deepens understanding. Humility teaches that acknowledging value, whether in people, words, or acts, is an act of courage and wisdom. Moreover, this story reinforces the idea that time is finite and moments cannot be reclaimed once lost. The birthday card was more than an object. It was a final message, an opportunity for reflection, and a conduit of lasting love. Once discarded, its absence left a void that no apology or explanation could fully repair. This serves as a reminder to prioritize what truly matters: relationships, love, understanding, and empathy. Material things and pride are fleeting, but the impact of genuine care lasts beyond a lifetime. In practical terms, the moral encourages us to cultivate awareness in daily life. Notice the small gestures, listen to heartfelt words, and respond with authenticity. Cherish family, friends, and mentors who invest in us emotionally, and recognize that even the simplest acts, a note, a smile, a kind word, can carry transformative power. By valuing these, we build stronger bonds, enhance emotional intelligence, and contribute positively to human experience. Finally, the story teaches resilience and hope. While loss and regret are inevitable at times, they do not define our entirety. The proud twins' journey illustrates that even after mistakes, transformation is possible. Awareness leads to change, and change leads to deeper understanding and connection. The moral is not to live without error, but to live with intention, to act with mindfulness, to honor love, and to embrace humility as a guiding principle. Ultimately, the lost birthday card is a mirror to our own lives, reflecting the importance of presence, gratitude, and the conscious acknowledgement of love. It urges us to pause, to observe, and to value what is often taken for granted. Pride may tempt us to dismiss, arrogance may whisper that small gestures are meaningless, but the human heart understands what the mind sometimes forgets: that life's true treasures are found in love, empathy, and meaningful connection. Cherish every word, honor every gesture, and never underestimate the power of intention. The smallest acts can carry the deepest meaning, and the lessons learned from lost opportunities can shape a lifetime. The proud twins' regret is a reminder that mindfulness, humility, and appreciation are not optional. They are essential to a life well lived. By embracing these values, we honor not only the memories of those who came before us, but also the potential for growth, empathy, and enduring love in our own lives. This moral is a call to action, to see with clarity, to act with love, to prioritize connection over pride, and to recognize that every small act of kindness is a gift with lasting impact. The world is full of lost opportunities waiting to be redeemed through awareness, compassion, and conscious care. To live without such recognition is to miss the essence of life itself. Love, humility, awareness, and intentional care. These are the truths embedded in the story of the Lost Birthday Card, a guide for anyone seeking meaning, connection, and fulfillment in the intricate tapestry of human life.